here's the plan. I'm going to Yosemite for 3 days. 1 day for riding there, 1 day for... that's not good. I was somehow able to fit everything on my bike. Sleeping bag, clothes, camping gear, everything. And now it's just about gearing up and heading out for like a 5 to 6 hour ride to Yosemite. And here's the cool thing. I have a campsite booked for tomorrow and I have nothing for tonight. I'm somewhere in the middle of nowhere and it is gorgeous out here. Look at this. Try once I get... Holy shit, what happened to the front of my bike? Alright, so check this out. You know how sometimes you smash into a bug in your car? Well, that happens on a motorcycle as well. I don't know how well you can see it, but that splat, that yellow over there, all of those are bugs. But yeah, I have another hour to Mariposa and then probably another hour and a half to Yosemite. I'm still somewhere in the middle of Central Valley or whatever it's called, and it's nice and warm now, so that's nice. The highway, I'm getting kind of tired of the highway, but I don't want to get to Yosemite too late because it's gonna start raining in the late-ish afternoon, and the earlier I get there, the more likely it is that I'll get a campsite because, you know, I am definitely getting tired. So this place is very ultimately American. I wanted to get a nice Diet Coke. This is the smallest Diet Coke you can get. So, what happened? You got money in the account? So the funny thing is that this is actually 20 cents more expensive than the bigger size, but I had already poured it and I was like, fuck that. I mean, I don't actually know how this vlog is gonna turn out, but so far I'm having fun. Oh shit. There is bug splatter on... There's bug splatter on me as well, not just on the helmet. I guess that makes sense when you think about it. It's not something they tell you about when you buy a bike, is that you are going to be covered in bug guts. But luckily, despite the bug guts, 7-Eleven sells wet wipes. Perfect. See you in Mariposa. Okay, I'm not quite at Mariposa yet, but this view is so beautiful, I just had to show you. 71 miles to Yosemite. So I made it to Mariposa. My hands are shaking a little bit, which I think means it's time for food. I've been riding pretty much non-stop, well, mostly non-stop since 9:30 a.m. and it's now, I think, almost 3 p.m. So the question is, do I eat one of my bars or should I have one of those local diner burgers? And by the way, Mariposa is the last major town before Yosemite. And by major town, I mean there are 1,700 people population here. Huge, huge city. it on camera, but my backpack is really disgusting from all the water spraying up. Anyway, I think I found the right place. Now I just gotta go see if they have any availability for me for tonight. Otherwise I'm not exactly sure what I'm gonna do. Well, that's what I get for being dumb and not... Well, I did book in advance, I just couldn't find availability for today, and I was way too late for walk-ups, so I had to get a glamp for $180 for one night. No campfire tonight. I'm just gonna have a little cottage thingy made out of a tent. So this is lodging for $180 a night. It's got room for 3 people and a heating thingy. So that produces heat, and these are the 3 beds. Way more than I need, but you know, at least I get to stay here, right? That sucks. I was really looking forward to being in a tent tonight, and I was looking forward to the campfire, but I guess I get to do all of that tomorrow after a nice long hike.
Good morning. It's like 7 a.m. Well, it's actually more like 7:30. Well, it took me like an hour to get up because I was so cozy in my sleeping bag. So, sleeping bag's a great idea. What is the plan for today? Alright, so I'm gonna go check out of this silly overpriced glamping, and I'm gonna go check into my campground, secure it, maybe put up a tent so that I don't have to do it tonight. Then I'm going for like a 7 to 8 hour hike to the top of Yosemite Falls, and because I'm an idiot, I'm gonna bring this camera with me even though it's super heavy. Okay, so I was way too late for walk-ups last night. People here at 8 a.m. are checking in for tonight for tents and stuff. So I have my place, this one. I'm going to sit down, have a cup of tea. Exactly what I needed. So it's 9 a.m. I'm starting to feel a little pressure, which is weird because I'm supposed to be on vacation. Why am I feeling time pressure? I should be better than this. So I'm gonna drink this tea, fill up this camelback, put it on my back, and then get to the campsite, drop everything off, and off we go to the mountains. Actually, now that I think about it, leaving my stuff at the campsite isn't really any better than leaving it at the parking lot next to the trailhead, because if someone's gonna steal it, they can steal it anywhere. So everything is with me, and I'm hoping it's still here by the time I return. And let's do this. Hiking all the way up there. Okay, geared up and ready to go. Starting at 9:51.
Okay.
That's gonna be fun. You know what? In the interest of time, it's probably better if I run this bottom part. That was a steep climb. We got really high in like 20 minutes. One thing I always forget about hiking in Yosemite, oh my god, my back. Oh, what the fuck? Okay, that was like a cramp in my mid-back. Oh, this is gonna be a problem. That's probably from the camera. So, one thing I always forget about Yosemite is that when you're hiking up, you see a bunch of really gorgeous, beautiful views, and every single time you stop and you're like, wow, this is amazing, I gotta take a picture, there's no way this gets better. And then in 10 minutes it gets way better. Makes me wish I still had my drone. That is an amazing view. Look at all the snow. Instagram time. Can you hear that in the background? I think that's the actual Yosemite Falls. That is actually where we're going. Yes. That is some power over there. Starting to crash, even though it's been 90 minutes, which is a pretty long time. So it's time to start some food. But I can do this with one hand. Alright, a crossroads. So if I go that way, we get to Yosemite Falls in 0.2 miles. If we go that way, there is El Capitan in 4.7 miles. Wow, it really is gorgeous up here and extremely bright. Here we go. Gonna see the top of the falls. Hello.
Hi.
Oh, whoa. So here we are, the top of the Yosemite Falls. That's good. That's 2 hours and 11 minutes, which means I can get back down in about an hour and a half. So 7 to 8 hour hike my ass. Alright, time to see if we can make it to El Capitan today. The hiking to El Capitan is going to be a completely different beast. There are no people here, and I have no idea if I'm actually on a trail. It's just, I think this is where people go. I can see footsteps, but these could also be any other footsteps. So this is going to be interesting. What a different feeling it is walking in the snow where there's no one. Like, there are 0 tourists here. Well, I guess I'm a tourist, but nobody else. It's so peaceful, serene, and I feel very, very under-equipped for this. Just met 2 hikers. They said that this is the trail, but it's all icy and snowy, and while they saw some people go, they don't know if they made it, but they turned around because it was just too much. So I guess we'll see. Yep, that is a sign. I think I'm also starting to get tired. I've been taking more and more frequent breaks. I can't find the light anywhere. So I've been taking more and more frequent breaks, and this is the quality of trail I'm following, if you can even see that on the camera. My shoes are wet, so that's gonna be a problem if I stay up here too long. This hike is starting to get to me, man. Walking in snow is so hard. A worrying sign is that I just had the thought of what a great idea it would have been if I wrote a piece of paper and left it on my bike saying, hey, I'm going to Upper Yosemite Falls and then to Eagle Peak or whatever. If you find this bike after 6 p.m., something is probably wrong. Well, I didn't do that, but it's worrying that I thought of doing that now, because it means I'm losing confidence in myself. Okay, you know what? I think I'm gonna pull a responsible and go back, even though it's still 13 minutes to my non-negotiable return time. I'm still pretty far away from Eagle Peak, and I am walking slower and slower, which probably means I'm not gonna make it in the next 12 minutes anyway, which means I'm just... come on. Okay, I can't check the trail map. So it means that if I'm not gonna reach it in the next 12 minutes, then I'm basically just torturing myself for no reason. I have 2 bars left and a very small amount of water with electrolytes, and my socks are soaked through, and yeah, it's time to turn back. Gotta be responsible. I mean, yes, if I knew there was a chance I could make it in the next couple of minutes and I was very, very close to the top, but I'm really not very close to the top at all. At least not last time I checked. And because I'm walking slower and slower, that probably means I'm not gonna make it, which means, yeah, as much as it sucks, as much as it pains me to admit defeat, I have to head back. But I've done 3 hours and 50 minutes of hiking. In that time I made 1107 meters of elevation gain, which is quite a bit, and 12 kilometers of walking. My heart rate right now, as I'm resting and talking to you, is 105 beats per minute, which means I am exhausted, or the elevation is so high that I'm really... It kind of bothers me that this is not level, but you're gonna have to deal with that because I'm not redoing this. Yeah, let's turn back. It's still gonna be a great vlog. It's still gonna be epic. I'm not equipped for this. I didn't bring enough gear. I can feel as it gets shady that I'm too cold. I mean, I have another layer, but still. If I get stuck up here, it's gonna be real bad. So I don't wanna get stuck up here, which means I'm gonna head back. See ya, guys. See ya on the YouTubes. Well, I'm probably gonna be vlogging on my way back anyway. Well, it's going much faster going back. Well, 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 look where we are. It's the crossroads between the Yosemite Falls thing and where we just went. I am very wet and kind of cold, but there were some folks here who I met on my way up, and they said I was still like a mile away, and the last mile was just straight up full of snow. So I don't think I would have made it even if I didn't turn back, which means it's a good idea I turn back. So here's the plan. I'm hoping I make it back to the bike in about, let's say, an hour or so. I'm gonna have a snack there, pack everything up, change, and then go to the campsite, check in, figure out how to build a tent, get firewood and stuff, make campfire. It's gonna be a great evening. There is so much wind right now, it's like the falls are raining on us. See, there are the falls. God. Yay, my bike's still there. And so is all my stuff. While I still have battery. That was a 6 hour 34 minute hike. worth 1600 calories, or about a 2-hour run, 1195 meters of elevation gain, and 22.7 kilometers. So just over a half marathon. Now I have to get to the campsite, drop everything off, and then probably just go straight to the grocery store, buy everything before setting up the tent. So just, just so they don't close it for me. And you thought bikes weren't practical. Firewood, s'mores pack, fire starters, sticks, sausages, 2 beers, 2 cokes, no, 2 bottles of water, 1 coke, everything I need for a really wonderful night. Oh, good morning. So,
Sleeping in a tent is pretty fun, but actually I gotta say, my sleeping bag did a great job. I wasn't as cold as thought I would be. Restart the fire from last night. See if I can make some tea. It worked pretty well last night. We'll see if it still works today.
I am the king of fire. Yes. My hands are destroyed from all the packing. You can't actually see it, but